Hey guys, it's Cousin16 and I'm going to show you guys how I do my iconic Miku makeup tutorial for my cosplays. So, let's get started. First, starting off, yes, I have my eyebrows bleached. We're going to get started with our contacts. Now, note that contact lenses are optional. No one has to wear contacts. If it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you. But I'm going to get started with contacts. And I will show you guys how I put in my contacts. Order these contacts from Unique Sew. There are many sites you can order contacts off of, but I prefer using Unique Sew, and these are blue contacts I use for Hatsune Miku and many other characters. So when you have one of your contacts, you always want to make sure it looks like a bowl, how the edges aren't curved out. I'm going to show you guys an example of a contact you should not be putting in. When putting in your contacts, you always want to make sure it looks like a bowl. How all the edges are curving inwards. You never want them to curve outwards because that would be inside out. Now I'm going to show you guys an example of a contact that is inside out. This is a contact that is inside out. As you can see, the edges are curving outwards just a little bit, and it doesn't really look completely like a bowl. An easy way to fix this is simply putting them back and flipping them over. It's kind of sticking in my finger. Here we go. Now it's back to being a bowl. After that, you want to make sure you put it in the correct eye. I have my contact. Forgot to add, you want to make sure you don't have any dust, cat hair, dog hair. You don't want your contacts to be scratched or damaged in any way because that will irritate your eye, since the eyes are a very sensitive part of your body. What I personally do when I put in my contacts, you always want to move your eyelashes out of the way, because if they're in the way, look, oh, you can't put in your contact. So this is basically what I do. Some people look away. I tend to look at camera when putting in the contact. Alright, we have our contacts in. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to do our concealer. I tend to use more of a water-based concealer. Let's get started with our concealer. Personally, I don't really put on a lot of concealer because it's not that much of an issue for me. And I don't really like foundation feeling very thick and cakey, so I tend to keep my layers very thin. Criticize me on how I beauty blend this all you guys want, but I know a lot of people dab. I sometimes just smudge mine because dabbing kind of doesn't really get my foundation anywhere. I mean, that's just my experiences. It doesn't really tend to get my foundation anywhere. It always just like stays in one spot, and like people are like, well, it's blending it. I mean, I can always put more layers on, so I tend to put my foundation on like this, and I add more as I go along the way. Don't forget to put some on your eyelids and on your neck. Pro tip is always good to do your skincare before getting into cosplay, because who wants a cosplay with a bunch of dry skin? It would just irritate your skin more. So just a suggestion, what I personally do is I always do my skincare first before getting into cosplay and after getting out of cosplay, because it prevents acne. Next off, we're going to do our eyebrows. I personally don't use an eyebrow brush for my eyebrows, although I consider trying it eventually, but I use eyeshadows. So I'm going to use the Morphe. And I'm going to take my eyebrow brush and I'm gonna line my eyebrow. Take note that you guys don't have to bleach your eyebrows. I just choose to bleach mine. After our eyebrows are lined, I grab makeup wipes and I actually clean up my lines with makeup wipes. Out the tones, I then take my other brushes. Like, I actually have like 2, 3 I use. It can go up to like 4, But I actually will take my foundation and I will get some on the brush and I will outline my eyebrows to get more of a crisp line. Okay, so now that we have our blue Miku eyebrows, we are going to get started with our powder. Because yeah, that we have concealer, powder really sets in the makeup so you don't have a shiny face. On your skin tone, use any sort of powder that matches your skin tone. I have pretty fair skin, so I'm going to use white. I will also powder my eyelids. I tend to actually just use my fingers to powder my eyelids because it's more efficient and it gives me a thicker layer, if that makes sense. And for the rest of my face, I will use a blending brush. Sometimes I'll actually use a brush that most people use for blush because it's bigger. But it all depends on what you choose. Now that I've finished powdering my face, I then get started with eyeshadow. For the eyeshadow, I actually use the same blue I used for my eyebrows, but I use a lot less than what I used for my eyebrows. So I'm actually going to put a light blue. I do a gradient for my eyeshadow, so I do a light blue. And I put it kind of more on the edge of my eye. I then am going to take a darker blue and put it as my second color. And basically I do an ombre effect where it gets darker and darker as it goes to the corners of my eye. I'm gonna take, basically this is the colors I used because I forgot to show you guys the colors I used. I took this and used it for my blue color. I used this for my darker blue, and I'm going to use this for my deep blue. It's more like a baby blue gradient, so if I really wanted a neon blue, I'm going to use this palette, and I'm going to use this blue and this blue for my light color. I can also use this too for light colors as well. So let's continue. Since I like to add sparkles to my eyes, I'm gonna go ahead and add sparkles of the light blue. Put them here. And put them here. Then I'm gonna add sparkles of the darker blue and put them on the edges. Then I'm gonna take this white color and put it on the edges of my eyes here and here. And we have our eyeshadow. Next off, we're gonna go ahead and do our eyeliner. Eyeliner is a very tricky thing to work with, and I have been working with eyeliner for 5+ years, so please be kind to yourselves. It's not an easy thing to work with. I feel like have a lot of eyeliners because I tend to lose my eyeliner. So you can actually just get any eyeliner at like a drugstore. It really doesn't matter. Here's a pro tip for eyeliner I would like to add. Line along the natural shape of your eye. Do not try to follow along with my eye shape if your eye shape is different than mine, because it will not work. And I am saying this now. I've tried. It didn't work. So what I tend to do is before I use my eyeliner is I tend to test it. See if it works. It's really dangerous. You need to use a mirror while you're doing this, because using it without a mirror is a disaster. And then I'm going to take this and wing it. So there's many methods. You could do it straight across, or you could hook it inwards. I tend to hook mine, so. The top layer, I then will go on to do my inner corners. After we got the inner corners, we're going to do the bottom of our eyes. Now that we got our eyeliner completed, I then am going to go ahead and add some eyeshadow on the bottom and highlight the rest. Going in next, we are going to do my lipstick and my blush. So I don't like using blush because it's powdery and again a sensory thing with me. So I use a lip stain. So this is the Ultra Beauty lip stain. Lip gloss. I use the Juvia's. The font kind of came off, but it's the Juvia's place. It's the same brand as this eyeshadow actually, but I put it over my lipstick. Next off, we are going to do our eyelashes, the painful part of this cosplay. Because I really don't like wearing fake eyelashes when I do it anyway. Now, some people use the full strip lash, which I used to be able to do, but it's just been bothering me for like, it's the feeling. Anyway. I don't use full strip lashes anymore. I actually bought these from Sally's Beauty Supply. Don't judge how I organized it. It's not organized, okay? But this is basically the eyelashes I use. Since I am allergic to latex, I use this Duo eyelash glue. Do not freeze. I don't know why it says that. It says rose water and biotin strip lash biotin. Adhesive, white, and clear. It is latex free. So actually, like, I put them on individually. Yes, it's tedious and yes, it's annoying, but it's better than the giant strip lash and it poking the inside of my corners. Yes, I have to trim them to my eye shape. I know, I already do that, but it still finds a way to irritate my eyes. So I found a more sensory friendly way for me to do eyelashes because I'm a perfectionist and want perfect cosplay for myself with eyelashes. I do 2 on each side. I do these big clunky ones and I'll follow up with some smaller ones. Yes, I blow on it so the glue's more tacky because you don't want to just... You get what I mean. Glue all over your eye. Next off, I'm going to take these wispy looking lashes, very thin lashes, and I'm going to stick them beside the big clumpy one. And here we have the eyelashes. That's it for the makeup part. The next step is wigs. So let's get started. For like wigs, my hair's like kind of a mess. I'm trying to grow it out, but people who have long hair, they tend to braid their hair and tie it in a wig. I'm just gonna go ahead and put my hair in a loose ponytail and I'll show you guys how to put on a wig cap while wearing fake eyelashes because you don't want to hit the lashes. So I tend to use these kinds of wig caps where it's open at the top, but basically I will just put them over my head like that. And then when you have them looking like a choker, I'll do this. And then I'll put it over my ear. And before I let it go, I will put my hands underneath and simply just pull my hair out of the way. And now you are officially bald. Okay, so we're going to take our wig I just restyled and deconstructed, and we're gonna put it on. I decided to do the helmet method for the wig, so I added some insulation. This is the inside. I'm just gonna go ahead and we're going to put it on my head. We're gonna be doing is we're gonna put on our pigtails because you want Miku with antennas. Now that we have the wig right where we want it, we're gonna go ahead and attach our pigtails. Okay, we have the wig. Are you guys ready to see the outfit? And now I'm going to showcase the makeup. Thank you all for watching. Feel free to like and subscribe. Don't forget to click the bell button to get notifications on my videos. If you want more makeup tutorials and cosplays, see you later. Bye.